Prime Minister Shahid Khaqan Abbasi announces plans for foreign assets amnesty scheme. Prime Minister Shahid Khaqan Abbasi announced on Wednesday the government's intentions to offer an amnesty scheme for Pakistanis to declare their foreign assets and reduce tax rates to broaden the tax base and address challenges on the external and fiscal fronts ahead of New Year's budget and the upcoming general elections. We will bring a one-time amnesty scheme, said the Prime Minister, confirming recent reports that the government was working on a scheme to allow Pakistanis to declare their assets abroad. Speaking at an event organized by the Pakistan Business Council, he said there was a need to lower tax rates, bring wealthy individuals into the tax net, and push deeper tax reforms. 2 women killed by firing across working boundary in Sialkot. 2 women were killed and 5 people injured in cross-border firing along the working boundary in Sialkot's Chaprar sector between Wednesday night and Thursday morning, Inter-Services Public Relations said in a press release. The ISPR statement said Indian forces continued their unprovoked ceasefire violations and targeted the civilian population along the working boundary in the village of Kundanpur, Chaprar, Sialkot sector overnight. As a result of the firing, 2 women were killed and 5 civilians, including 3 women, were injured. The Pakistan Rangers Punjab effectively responded to neutralize Indian Border Security Forces posts, the ISPR statement said. Allah Dino Khwaja to continue working as Sindh Police Chief, Supreme Court tells Sindh government. Supreme Court on Thursday directed Allah Dino Khwaja to continue functioning in his capacity as the Provincial Police Chief while also accepting the Sindh government's appeal challenging a similar ruling by the Sindh High Court. In September 2017, months after the Sindh government withdrew the officer's powers to decide the transfers and postings of senior police officials in the province, the Sindh High Court had ordered Khwaja to continue working as the Inspector General of Police. A month later, the Sindh government had challenged the Sindh High Court ruling in the Supreme Court. In its petition, the provincial government had maintained that services of an Inspector General of Police are offered to the province on the will of the provincial governments. Accepting the petition for hearing on Thursday, the Apex Court ruled that Khwaja would not be removed from his post even if the federal government consents to it. Senate Chairman Mia Raza Rabbani warns against emerging nexus of United States, Israel and India. Senate Chairman Mia Raza Rabbani has warned the Muslim world that the emerging nexus between the United States, Israel and India is a major threat to the Ummah. According to a press release issued by the Senate Secretariat on Wednesday, Mr. Rabbani sounded the warning while addressing the 13th session of the Parliamentary Union of Islamic Countries being held in Tehran. He said that Pakistan strongly opposed the US attempt to alter the legal and historical status of Al-Quds, addressing that the move was a blatant violation of international law and United Nations Security Council's resolutions. Bulletproof vehicles for civil armed forces soon. The government has decided to procure bulletproof vehicles for the civil armed forces and equip them with modern weaponry to tackle terrorism in an effective manner. The decision was taken at a Civil Armed Forces Command conference held on Wednesday with Interior Minister Ahsan Iqbal in the chair. The meeting was attended by personnel of the Frontier Constabulary, Pakistan Rangers, Sindh and Punjab, Frontier Corps, Gilgit-Baltistan Scouts, and Pakistan Coast Guard and officials from the Interior Ministry. They reviewed border management and the country's security situation. The Interior Minister highlighted the importance of the role of the civil armed forces in the security and development of Pakistan. He lauded the services rendered by them in the improvement of law and order and border management. British MPs approve landmark Brexit bill. British MPs gave the green light on Wednesday to a landmark Brexit bill after weeks of debate and a damaging government defeat, but the legislation now faces a battle in the upper chamber. The House of Commons voted by a majority of 29 to approve the European Union bill, which repeals the 1972 law that made Britain a member of the European Union and transfers 4 decades of EU rules onto the British statute books. This bill is essential for preparing the country for the historic milestone of withdrawing from the European Union, Brexit Secretary David Davis told MPs ahead of the vote. Catalan Parliament elects pro-succession speaker. Catalonia's new parliament elected a pro-succession speaker thus virtually guaranteeing that the Chamber's push for independence for Spain's northeastern region will continue as its lawmakers prepare to elect a new government. Wednesday's opening session of the new Catalan Assembly came amid incoming questions about the role that fugitive and jailed politicians will play in the Chamber's separatist majority and the future regional government. Trump's shift on Jerusalem sinful, says Mahmoud Abbas. Palestinian president on Wednesday again blasted Donald Trump in a fiery and emotional speech, saying the US leader's decision to recognize contested Jerusalem as Israel's capital was sinful and ill-fated. Mahmoud Abbas, who has openly cursed Trump over his policies, told a conference in Egypt that the United States had disqualified itself from continuing as a broker in the long-stalled Israeli-Palestinian peace process, a role America has had for decades. Meanwhile, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said on Wednesday he was certain the US Embassy in Israel would be moved to Jerusalem sometime this year, much sooner than Trump administration officials have estimated. Koreas to form unified team march together in Olympics. The two Koreas will field a combined women's ice hockey team and march together under one flag at next month's Winter Olympics in the South after a new round of talks amid a thaw in cross-border ties. North Korea and South Korea have been talking since last week for the first time in more than 2 years about the Olympics, offering a respite from a months-long standoff over Pyongyang's nuclear and missile programs, although Japan urged caution over North's charm offensive. Kazakhstan accident. Bus fire kills 52. A bus caught fire in northwestern Kazakhstan, killing 52 people, the Interior Ministry has said. 5 people managed to escape and were treated by rescue workers on the spot, reports said. The accident happened at 10:30 local time on Thursday in the Irgiz district of Aktobe region. Sports. Rafael Nadal dominant on a day of close calls. World number 1 Rafael Nadal swept into the Australian Open third round to keep his Grand Slam title hunt on track on Wednesday as Caroline Wozniacki and Grigor Dimitrov pulled off great escapes to stay in contention. Top seed Nadal beat Argentine Leonardo Mayer 6-3, 6-4, 7-6 and will face Bosnia's Damir Dumhur in the next round. Weather forecast for the next 24 hours. Mainly cool and dry weather is expected in most parts of the country. However, shallow fog is likely to develop over few plain areas of Punjab during morning hours.
Please subscribe to Hums Up TV and hit the notification icon on the screen to get the latest updates of our channel. Thank you for watching Hums Up TV.